So a couple of days ago, I was just sifting through some general NBA news, just checking out what's going on in the world of basketball, when I came across this article here. It reads, Hollinger's 2021-22 Golden State Warriors preview, : lineup, roster, prediction. Is this the end of the Splash Brothers era?
Is this the end of the Splash Brothers era?
I almost completely lost it, guys. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I mean, I was more shocked than when I saw JXNY High Rollers video on Russia's version of basketball. Anyway, in case you're wondering who wrote this article, it was John Hollinger. This guy right here. Outside of the article he wrote, this dude's a pretty smart guy and has accomplished a lot in the world of basketball. I mean, a previous analyst for ESPN, a previous VP of basketball operations for the Memphis Grizzlies, and if you look closely, the dude looks like he has 3 different PhDs. But yeah, inside the article, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, his prediction is there, and it reads that the Warriors will finish with a record of 39 wins and 43 losses, good enough for 9th in the Western Conference. Yeah, guys, you saw that right. There's no spelling mistakes or errors with the print. This next video clip pretty much sums up the emotions that went through me at this point.
That's all I needed. That's all I needed for him to do that, and it became personal with me.
And with that being said, I want to start off here by looking at the big picture first. So the 2021 Golden State Warriors didn't have Klay Thompson for the entire year, had Brad Wanamaker, who just didn't fit in, had Kelly Oubre Jr., who started the season struggling to breathe. I mean, he was shooting like 22% from three-point range on his first 87 attempts. And then in the latter half of the season, Oubre Jr. got injured and missed the rest of the season. Then James Wiseman got injured and missed the second half of the season as well. Then Stephen Curry had that tailbone injury incident. Yet despite all of this, the 2021 Warriors finished the regular season with a 39-33 record, good enough for the 8th seed prior to the play-in tournament. But yet, John Hollinger predicts the 2022 Warriors are going to do worse? Gosh, this is reminding me of some of Ryan Holland's takes on First Take. I mean, does John Hollinger not see the three-point firepower on this year's Warriors squad? Curry, Klay, Wiggins, Draymond, Bjelica, Poole, Otto Porter, JTA, Steph's brother-in-law, Damian Lee, and the Drew League MVP, Kevon Looney. If Draymond really did improve his shooting over the offseason like he said he would, that's 9 out of 10 players who can shoot the 3-ball at about 40%, which includes the best shooter in the history of the NBA, plus the man who scored 37 points in a single quarter. Just for some quick stats, only 7 teams in NBA history have shot better than 40% as a team. 3 of those 7 turned out to be the number 1 seed in the league, 2 of those 7 became the number 3 seed in their conference, and the last 2 of those 7 were the number 6 seed in their conference. In no scenario did an elite 40% three-point shooting team fall below the 6th seed. In fact, after Damian Lillard witnessed the three-point shooting abilities of the Warriors in the preseason game when Golden State shot 69 long balls, this is what Dame Time said. When you hear that number 69, it's just like, man, some teams shoot 43s. You're like, they shot a lot of threes, but I think the Golden State Warriors shot that in the first half. It's crazy to think about. On my drive home, just thinking about the game, I couldn't think of a time they shot a 2-pointer. Yet, despite the obvious firepower coming from three-point range from the Warriors, John Hollinger predicted they'd have a 39-43 record and come in 9th in the Western Conference? He said that the Warriors replacing Oubre and Bazemore with minimum guys is gonna hurt. On top of this, he said that despite the increase in depth, none of its front court players can score.
Came from behind the three-point line.
Wiggins takes it strong over the pack.
It's just tougher to learn, but that's a good example.
Kind of seeing what's up. They know each other. It's like, you know what this is about. They can add, and then downhill, he's a willing passer right there. Kicked it out to Bjelica.
Yeah. Andrew Wiggins is a consistent bucket getter that'll give you around 20 points per night. Then if we take a look at Otto Porter and Bjelica so far in the preseason, they've both been shooting well over 50% from the field and from three-point range, and in their limited minutes, Otto Porter is averaging about 14 points per night, while Bjelica is averaging about 9 points per night. So much for none of its front court players can score. Next off, John Hollinger probably didn't expect such a huge improvement by Jordan Poole. In the article, his best 12 words to summarize Poole were, "Plus bench score from either guard spot will help the non-Curry minutes." While I don't necessarily disagree that Poole will be a plus, I think Hollinger just grossly underestimated the leap that Poole would be taking from year 2 to year 3. I mean, so far in the limited games played, the third-year guard is averaging 25 points per night on 50, 40, and 90 shooting splits, while only playing 23 minutes a night. This kid is officially being inducted into the Hall of Splash as we speak. He'll probably either win or at least be a finalist for both the 6th Man of the Year award and the Most Improved Player award. I predict this year, Jordan Poole will be playing at an all-star level, averaging about 20 points per game on nearly 50, 40, and 90, and if he doesn't make the all-star team, he'd be considered a snub, like how Steph Curry was snubbed back in 2013. Anyway guys, let's move on here. To be honest, when I first heard that John Hollinger made these predictions, I thought that maybe, just maybe, the Warriors might be in a little trouble because, well, John Hollinger has invented a ton of advanced NBA statistics, such as the player efficiency rating, PER, that is widely used today. So the man has some credibility, at least I thought. But then I just looked at his prediction again, closed my eyes, shook my head, and said, no way. I don't care what credentials anybody has, this is not right. So then next I thought, okay, maybe this is an older article that was written a few weeks ago prior to seeing what the Warriors are capable of. But upon closer inspection, John Hollinger came up with this prediction on October 6th, 2021, which was after the Dubs jacked up 69 shots that gave Damian Lillard nightmares. And at this point, I just facepalmed myself. Next off, I decided to do what any ordinary guy would do. I went to check up on some of his previous predictions, and I laughed. I actually laughed out loud, guys. If you're wondering what my laugh looked like, it was a bit like this.
Oh. See, these two, man. Come on, man. You know why they're laughing. Come on, man. Because they...
Just last season, right? Hollinger predicted the Minnesota Timberwolves, which I refer to as the G League organization of the Warriors because of all the players they practically handed over for free to the Warriors. Anyway, he predicted that the 2021 Timberwolves would finish the 2021 season with a 36-36 record, good enough for a play-in spot in the tournament as the 10th seed. In that prediction, Hollinger was about 20% off. Instead of a 50% win team, the Timberwolves were a 32% win team. And just like his 2022 Warriors prediction of being a 47% win team, I think he's off the mark a little bit. And I predict the Warriors to be about a 65% win team. Anyway, moving on, I want to talk about the Warriors' three-point shooting. You know, I looked into the statistics a bit, and this 2022 Golden State Warriors team has a real good chance of becoming the best three-point shooting team in the history of the NBA. What do I mean? Well, you can check it out yourself in this video right here, where I analyze using numbers just how potent this team is when it comes to outside shooting. Click the video, guys, watch it, and like always, I'll see you on the other side.